Okay, I've landed. I'm now in Jerusalem, around 30 AD, and apparently I'm rich today. This whole place is mine for the day. A real wealthy merchant's home, right here in the upper city. I always imagined rich people back here lived in tents or something. This is legitimately impressive. The bedroom, stone bed frame, wool mattress. Honestly, not the worst thing I've ever seen.
Stuffed with straw and wool, firmer than I expected, still way better than sleeping on a dirt floor. This little lamp burned all night. Olive oil. That was their electricity, right there in my hands.
Coming downstairs, and it's already moving. Servants up before dawn, and everything is being set. Morning wash. No tap, no hot water, no mirror. Just a stone basin and whatever rainwater this house collected. Rich households here had cisterns underground to store rainwater. Running water in Rome was a thing, but not really here. Breakfast time. Let's see what a rich man eats in Jerusalem around 30 AD.
Flatbread, olive oil, figs, a little salt. This is the wealthy breakfast. Honestly, not bad. They didn't sit in chairs, they reclined. Reclining at meals was a status symbol. Standing meant you were the help.
This is watered wine. Even at breakfast, water wasn't always safe, so they mixed it with wine to drink it. The main meal wasn't breakfast, it was in the evening. This was just fuel to get the morning started. Okay, breakfast done. Time to actually explore what being wealthy here really meant day to day. There's a whole section of this house I haven't seen yet, so I'm following the sounds. The kitchen. The ceiling is completely black from smoke. This is where all that food came from. This grinding stone. Every morning, someone manually ground the grain for the day's bread. Every single morning.
Okay, I tried it for 10 seconds and my arms already hurt. They did this for hours.
These jars held olive oil, grain, wine, salted fish. The pantry, all sealed with cloth and clay to keep them. There it is, the cistern. Underground water storage, carved directly into the bedrock beneath the house. Rich families had private cisterns. Everyone else shared public ones or bought from water carriers in the street. Having your own cistern was wealth, actual, measurable wealth. Water was that valuable here. All right, stepping outside. The upper city. This is where the wealthy and the priests actually lived. The streets here are actually well paved. This part of town was different. Cleaner, quieter. That guy. Fine tunic, embroidered hem, good sandals. That's what wealth looked like here. No logo, just fabric quality. The upper city sat on higher ground, literally above the rest of Jerusalem. Geography was status here. I can already smell it before I see it. The market. Completely different world from that quiet street. Here we go. The market. This is where almost everything in daily life got bought and sold.
Wild honey. This was one of the most valuable things you could buy. No sugar, no syrup, this was it.
And then immediately after the honey, salted fish. The smell is intense, like really intense. Everything you see here, spices, oil, grain, fish, fabric, it all came through trade routes. Caravans from everywhere. This blue dye came from a plant called woad, or possibly indigo, traded from further east. Either way, expensive. Money changers were everywhere. Different currencies circulated here. Roman, Tyrian, local. Someone had to convert them. The Tyrian shekel was the one you needed for the temple tax. Pure silver. The Romans hated it for that. All right, subscribe if you're following along. I'm only halfway through the day and it's already a lot. That donkey is doing more heavy lifting than anyone here. Literally the main logistic system of 30 AD. Being rich here meant you sent servants.
Your presence meant you were comfortable enough not to care who saw you.
Heading back toward the house, midday is starting to get brutally hot. Now I understand the siesta concept completely.
The courtyard is actually noticeably cooler than the street. The thick stone walls do work, I'll give them that. This is the midday rest. Even the wealthy stopped in the heat. You worked mornings and evenings. Noon was brutal. There's a door over there I haven't been through. Every time I think I've seen the whole house, there's more.
A private mikveh, a ritual immersion pool. This house has its own. That is seriously next level for 30 AD.
Cold, really cold. And that's kind of the point. It wasn't about comfort, it was about ritual purity.
Having a private one meant you avoided public facilities. In a city where ritual purity mattered, that was real power.
There's someone in this room. I haven't seen this part of the house from inside yet. This is the servants' room. No window, one mat, one lamp that isn't even lit. Same house, completely different world.
Some of these servants were free workers paid a wage. Some weren't. The house wouldn't function without them either way.
I knew wealth had a shadow side here, but didn't expect to walk past it in the same hallway. Afternoon, the day is moving. Stepping back outside, I want to see more of this city before sunset. Moving toward the lower city now. The change is immediate the further you go from the upper city. From up here you can see the temple. Even from this distance it's overwhelming. The whole city orients around it.
The city is vertical. Above, priests and merchants. Below, craftsmen, laborers, the sick and poor. Gravity and income flow together.
Dogs in this period weren't pets like we think now. They were mostly scavengers. This one's just surviving.
The smell changes down here. Open drainage in the street, no underground sewers in this part of the city.
Wealthier areas had better drainage, better water access, and less disease. It wasn't accidental. Infrastructure followed money, exactly like today.
Someone's begging down there. In a city this size, in 30 AD, it was everywhere, just part of the street. I spent this morning in a house with a private pool, mosaic floors, and a cistern. Same city, same morning. I'm going back up to see the house again before dinner, where the real wealthy experience was supposed to happen. Evening. The house transforms when the lamps come on. Everything gets warmer and smaller at the same time. Every lamp is olive oil. This family goes through a serious amount of oil every night to light the house.
Olive oil was expensive. Keeping this house lit every night was a public statement. Darkness was poverty, light was wealth.
And here we go, the main meal of the day. This is what everything was building toward.
Okay, roasted vegetables, lentil stew, flatbread, olives, cured fish, wine. This is actually a full and very good meal.
Lentil stew with herbs. Real food, not primitive, actually nutritious and filling. I expected worse, but this is pretty decent.
The wine is stronger this time, less diluted than at breakfast, still cut with water. Drinking it straight was uncivilized.
Wealthy families would often have guests for the evening meal. Business, religion, politics. The dining room was where deals happened.
Your seat at this table showed your rank. The host's right, closest to him, was best. People took it seriously.
It's fully dark now. And I mean dark. This city at night without electricity is an entirely different experience. You can see every star. No light pollution, no orange glow on the horizon. Just all of it. Genuinely beautiful. The city goes quiet early. No traffic, no electricity, no late night noise. After dark, most people are done.
The wealthy had more lamp oil, extending their day longer than most. Here, even light was rationed by income.
This is the formal room for receiving guests. The decor is completely different from the rest of the house.
This painted plaster was the equivalent of renovating your home for guests. Color on walls meant you could afford pigment. Red pigment was iron oxide, fairly available, but your range of colors communicated wealth. Plain white meant basic. Wooden furniture with iron fittings and carved decoration. This chest alone would be worth serious money in this economy. Sitting here 2 minutes, I see why this room was a statement, designed to impress, and it's working on me.
The lamps are burning lower, they'll go out eventually. You go to sleep when the oil runs out, basically.
This is how you move at night. One little lamp. Put it down, or you're in complete darkness. Back in the room, the lamp on the ledge fills the space, and it's actually peaceful here at night. Okay, I want to be honest about the balance here. It's not as simple as I expected.
Private water, good food, a real room, lamps that last the night. By 30 AD standards, this is genuinely cushioned. The uncomfortable parts. You own this comfort partly because someone else in this building doesn't. That part doesn't balance out.
The house is quiet. Even the servants have stopped moving. In a city of 80,000, this room is dead silent.
The lamp is almost done. The oil is running out. When this goes dark, the night here is absolute.
All right, full day done. I want to review what I actually took away, because some of it genuinely surprised me. From the upper city at night, you can barely see a few lights below. Most of the city is dark.
The wealth gap here wasn't just economic. Distance, water, light, space, every basic thing was distributed by income.
And this was the comfortable side of that gap, the house you'd want if you had to pick. Moving carefully, one wrong step in the dark here is a bad night. They knew not to rush after dark. Standing here at midnight, 30 AD, in a wealthy Jerusalem house. This moment doesn't fit any category I have. Everything I thought about this period before coming here was incomplete or wrong. The reality is more complicated.
Lamp is out. This is what night actually was here. Not dim, not atmospheric, just completely dark.
The bed and room are actually fine. The straw mattress is firmer than I'd like, but I've slept in worse.
Morning. It's early, pre-dawn, and it's cold. Stone buildings at dawn hold the night temperature until the sun hits them. 24 hours done, getting off this stone bed for the last time. My final verdict is not what I expected. The servants are already up. The cycle starts again, exactly where it started yesterday. For them, it never really stopped.
The honest answer is yes and no. Comfortable by 30 AD standards, but the costs showed in every room. The mosaic, cistern, painted room, and private pool, real, impressive, were maintained by people sleeping in a windowless one-mat room. One last morning wash. Same basin, same water, same light. A day in, the house is just a house. The wealth here was real. Food, water, space, light. But most people in the city had none of it. Stepping out. The city is waking up, but down those steps, the lower city has been awake for a while.
What surprised you most about how the wealthy lived here? Tell me in the comments. Some of it shocked me.